Those words hit me like a sledgehammer to the chest. 8 years of loyalty, 8 years of 60-hour weeks, 8 years of making Pinnacle Industries profitable while everyone else coasted. And this is how it ends. My name is Jessica Martinez. I'm 32 years old. I've been the senior financial analyst at Pinnacle Industries since I graduated college. I know every number in this company better than my own birthday. The man delivering my death sentence is Derek Hoffman, our new VP of Operations. He's been here exactly 3 months. 3 months of turning our family business into his personal empire. On what grounds? I ask. My voice stays steady even though my hands are shaking. Derek adjusts his expensive tie. Insubordination. Poor performance. Take your pick. Poor performance. I want to laugh. Last quarter's profits were up 18% because of my cost-cutting recommendations. The quarter before that, I caught a vendor overcharging us by $40,000. But Derek doesn't care about facts. This is illegal termination, I say. I have documentation proving you have nothing. His smile is cold as winter. Security will escort you out if you're not gone in 10 minutes. I look around the office I've called home for nearly a decade. Family photos on my desk, coffee mug from the company retreat 3 years ago, the small cactus plant my coworker Amy gave me for my birthday. Everything feels surreal, like I'm watching someone else's life fall apart. 9 minutes, Derek says. That's when I notice something strange. Derek's computer screen is visible from where I'm standing. There's a spreadsheet open, numbers I recognize but don't understand in this context. My brain automatically processes the data. It's what I do. It's who I am. The numbers don't make sense. Purchase orders for equipment we don't need, payments to vendors I've never heard of, amounts that are just under the threshold requiring board approval. My stomach drops. These aren't normal business expenses. Derek notices me looking and quickly minimizes the screen, but it's too late. I've seen enough. 8 minutes, he says. His voice has an edge now. I start packing my things. Photos go in first, then my coffee mug. My hands move automatically while my mind races. Those numbers, those payments. If I'm right about what I saw, Derek isn't just a terrible boss. He's a criminal. I grab my personal notebook from the desk drawer, the one where I keep my own records. Derek doesn't know about it. Nobody does. It's just my way of staying organized. But right now, it might be the most important thing I own. Time's up, Derek announces. I close my box of belongings, stand up, look him directly in the eyes. This isn't over, I tell him. His laugh is harsh. Yes, it is. Good luck finding another job in this industry. I have friends everywhere. The threat is clear. He's not just firing me. He's trying to destroy my entire career. But Derek made one crucial mistake. He underestimated who he's dealing with. I walk out of Pinnacle Industries with my head held high. The security guard who escorts me to the parking lot looks embarrassed. His name is Frank. We've chatted hundreds of times over the years. I'm sorry, Jessica, he whispers as we reach my car. This is wrong. I know, I tell him, but wrong things have a way of getting corrected. I drive home in a daze. My apartment feels too quiet, too empty. I set my box of belongings on the kitchen counter and stare at it. 8 years of my life reduced to a cardboard box. But then I remembered Derek's computer screen, those numbers, that panicked look when he realized I was watching. I open my notebook and start writing down everything I remember. Purchase order numbers, vendor names, dollar amounts. My memory for financial data is nearly photographic. It's always been my superpower. Within an hour, I have 3 pages of notes. Patterns start emerging. The fake purchases all happened in the last 3 months, right after Derek started. The amounts are clever. Each one stays just under $10,000, small enough to avoid scrutiny, large enough to add up fast. I estimate Derek has stolen at least $200,000 so far. My phone buzzes. Text message from Amy, my former coworker. Just heard what happened. This is insane. Derek called an all-hands meeting, says you were embezzling money. My blood turns to ice. Embezzling money. Derek isn't just covering his tracks, he's framing me for his crimes. I call Amy immediately. Jessica, thank God, she says. Nobody believes Derek's story. We all know you're the most honest person here. Amy, I need your help. Derek is the one stealing money. I saw evidence on his computer. Silence on the other end. Amy, are you there? I'm here, This is huge, Jessica. If you're right, we need proof. I know, I'm working on it, but I need someone inside the company. Someone Derek trusts. He doesn't trust anyone. He's paranoid about everything. Changed all the passwords, limited access to financial systems. This confirms my suspicions. Derek is securing his operation, making sure nobody can discover what I discovered by accident. There has to be something, I say. Some way to get evidence. Maybe. Derek's been staying late every night, working on something he won't discuss. Maybe that's when he's doing his dirty work. Hope flickers in my chest. Can you get me building access after hours? Jessica, that's breaking and entering. You could go to jail. I'm already being framed for embezzlement. I'm fighting for my life here. Amy is quiet for a long moment. There's another way. Derek's been using the conference room for his late-night work sessions. The room has a glass wall facing the hallway. If someone happened to be working late, you could see what he's doing. Exactly. And if that someone happened to take photos, my heart starts racing. Amy, you could lose your job. This company was like a family before Derek showed up. He's destroying everything we built. I won't let him frame you for his crimes. We make a plan. Amy will work late tomorrow night. She'll watch Derek and document whatever she can. Meanwhile, I'll research the vendor names I remember from his screen. That night, I barely sleep. I keep thinking about Derek's threat, his friends in the industry, how he could blacklist me from every decent job in town. But I also think about those numbers. The systematic theft, the arrogance of a man who thought he could frame an innocent person for his crimes. By morning, I've made my decision. I'm not running from this fight. I spend the day researching. The vendor names Derek was paying turn out to be shell companies, fake businesses with no real addresses, classic money laundering setup. I document everything, create spreadsheets, build a timeline. If I'm going down, I'm taking Derek with me. My phone rings at 9 p.m. Amy. I got it, she whispers. Photos of Derek's computer screen, bank account numbers, transfer records. Jessica, you were right. He's stolen over $300,000. My hands shake as she texts me the photos. Clear images of Derek's financial records, evidence of systematic fraud going back months. There's more, Amy says. I heard Derek on a phone call. He's planning to transfer the money out of the country tomorrow. Then he's going to blame everything on you and disappear. Tomorrow. We're almost out of time. We need to go to the police tonight, I say. Already called them. Detective Rodriguez is meeting us at the station in an hour. At the police station, Detective Rodriguez listens to our story with growing interest. She examines Amy's photos, reviews my financial analysis. This is solid evidence, she says finally, but we need to catch him in the act. Otherwise, his lawyers will claim the photos are fabricated. What do you suggest? I ask. A sting operation. We monitor Derek's computer activity tomorrow. Catch him making the transfers in real time. The plan is simple, but risky. I'll return to Pinnacle Industries with Detective Rodriguez. We'll confront Derek while he's stealing the money. Amy will be our inside witness. But first, we need to get past security. Past Derek's new restrictions, into a building where I'm no longer welcome. Leave that to me, Detective Rodriguez says. I have a warrant. The next evening, we sit in an unmarked police car outside Pinnacle Industries. Derek's Mercedes is in the parking lot. The building is dark except for one office window. He's here, Amy texts. Working on his computer. Looks like financial transfers. Detective Rodriguez checks her equipment. Ready? My heart pounds as we walk into the building I called home for 8 years. Frank, the security guard, looks surprised to see me. Police business, Detective Rodriguez explains, showing her badge. We take the elevator to the 3rd floor, walk down the familiar hallway, past my old office, past the conference room where I've sat through hundreds of meetings. Derek's office door is closed. Light spills underneath. Detective Rodriguez positions herself beside the door, nods to me. I knock. Come in, Derek calls. I open the door and step inside. Derek looks up from his computer. His face goes white. What are you doing here? He demands. I came to clear my name, I say, and to stop you from stealing any more money. Derek's hand moves toward his computer mouse, probably trying to close whatever he's working on. Step away from the computer, Detective Rodriguez says, entering behind me. Police. Derek freezes. On his screen, I can see bank transfer forms, hundreds of thousands of dollars ready to move to offshore accounts. This is harassment, Derek says. I want my lawyer. You'll get your lawyer, Detective Rodriguez replies, right after we finish documenting your embezzlement scheme. The next hour passes in a blur. Police technicians copy Derek's hard drive. Accountants review the transfer records. Amy provides her witness statement. Derek sits in handcuffs, no longer the confident executive who fired me yesterday. He looks small, defeated. I had debts, he says suddenly. Gambling debts. These people don't accept payment plans. For a moment, I almost feel sorry for him, almost understand the desperation that led him down this path. Then I remember his plan to frame me, to destroy my career and my life to cover his crimes. The sympathy disappears. You could have asked for help, I tell him. The company has employee assistance programs. We could have worked something out. Derek laughs bitterly. Help? From people like you? Perfect Jessica Martinez who never makes mistakes? I make plenty of mistakes, but I don't steal money and frame innocent people. Detective Rodriguez closes her notebook. We have everything we need. Derek Hoffman, you're under arrest for embezzlement, fraud, and conspiracy. As they lead Derek away, he looks back at me one last time. You have no idea what you've done, he says. The people I owe money to won't just disappear. A chill runs down my spine. Even from jail, Derek is trying to intimidate me, but I'm not the same person who got fired 2 days ago. I'm stronger now. Tougher. That sounds like a threat, Detective Rodriguez observes. We'll add witness intimidation to the charges. Derek's face crumbles. Whatever fight he had left drains away. The next morning, I get a call from Robert Chen, the CEO of Pinnacle Industries. He wants to meet immediately. I find him in his office, looking exhausted. The past 24 hours have aged him years. Jessica, I owe you an enormous apology, he begins. Derek's arrest has revealed the scope of his deception, not just the theft, but his campaign against you. Campaign? False performance reviews, manufactured complaints. He was building a case to fire you for months. We think he saw you as a threat to his operation. That makes sense. As senior financial analyst, I had access to the same systems Derek was using. Eventually, I would have noticed the irregularities. I want to offer you Derek's position, Robert continues. VP of Operations, 50% salary increase, full authority to restructure our financial controls. The offer is generous, more than generous. It's everything I've worked toward for 8 years. But something feels wrong. Why didn't you notice what Derek was doing? I ask. $300,000 doesn't just disappear. Robert looks uncomfortable. Derek was very convincing. He had explanations for everything, and frankly, his background check was flawless. You mean the background check you paid for? Well, yes, standard procedure. I lean back in my chair. Robert, I've been thinking about this all night. Derek's scheme worked because he exploited weaknesses in our oversight systems, but those weaknesses existed before he arrived. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that Pinnacle Industries needs more than new leadership. It needs new accountability, independent auditing, board oversight, real transparency. Robert's expression hardens. Those changes would be expensive and unnecessary. Derek was an anomaly. Now I understand. Robert doesn't want to fix the system. He wants to return to the old way of doing business, the way that allowed Derek to steal for 3 months without detection. Then I can't accept your offer, I say. Jessica, be reasonable. This is a tremendous opportunity. To be the next scapegoat when something goes wrong? No, thank you. I stand up to leave. Robert calls after me. You're making a mistake. There aren't many opportunities like this in our industry. Then maybe it's time for a new industry. I walk out of Pinnacle Industries for the second time in 3 days, but this time, I'm walking away by choice. Amy catches up with me in the parking lot. I heard about Robert's offer, she says. I also heard you turned it down. Word travels fast. Jessica, what are you going to do now? I look back at the building where I spent 8 years of my life, where I learned my profession, where I discovered what I'm really capable of. I'm going to start my own firm, I say, financial consulting, fraud investigation, helping companies build systems that actually work. Amy grins. Need a partner? 3 months later, Martinez and Associates Financial Consulting opens its doors. Amy is my first employee. Detective Rodriguez recommends us to other law enforcement agencies. Our specialty is catching white-collar criminals like Derek Hoffman. Our first major case involves a construction company where the CFO has been inflating material costs. Our investigation recovers $2 million in stolen funds. The second case is a nonprofit where the director diverted charity donations to personal accounts. We help prosecutors build an airtight case. By the end of our first year, we have 12 employees and a waiting list of clients. Derek Hoffman is sentenced to 8 years in federal prison. He's also ordered to pay full restitution to Pinnacle Industries. During his sentencing hearing, I'm allowed to give a victim impact statement. Derek Hoffman didn't just steal money, I tell the judge. He stole trust. He stole security. He tried to steal my reputation and my future. I look directly at Derek. He won't meet my eyes. But he failed. Because sometimes the system works. Sometimes justice wins. Sometimes good people stand up to bullies and criminals. Today is one of those days. After the hearing, Derek's lawyer approaches me. My client wanted me to tell you something, he says. He's sorry for what he did to you. Is he sorry for stealing the money, or just sorry he got caught? The lawyer doesn't answer. That evening, I'm working late in my office when Amy knocks on my door. There's someone here to see you, she says. Says it's about Derek Hoffman. My blood chills. I remember Derek's threat about the people he owed money to. But the man Amy shows into my office doesn't look like a criminal. He's middle-aged, well-dressed, nervous. Ms. Martinez, my name is Paul Stevens. I was Derek's supervisor at his previous job. I gesture for him to sit down. What can I do for you? I should have called you months ago. When I heard Derek was arrested, I knew I had to come forward. Paul takes a deep breath. Derek was fired from our company for embezzlement, but we never pressed charges. We just wanted him gone. My hands clench into fists. You let him move on to another company? To steal from other people? We hoped he'd learned his lesson. We were wrong. Yes, you were. Paul looks miserable. I'm testifying in a civil lawsuit against our company. Derek's other victims are suing us for negligent referral. I wanted you to know in case you're interested in joining. I think about it for exactly 2 seconds. Absolutely. The civil lawsuit takes another year, but eventually Derek's previous employer pays damages to all his victims, including Pinnacle Industries, including me. The settlement money goes toward expanding Martinez and Associates. We hire more investigators, buy better equipment, take on bigger cases. We also establish a scholarship fund for accounting students, young people who want to use numbers to fight crime instead of commit it. 5 years after Derek fired me, I'm testifying before a congressional committee about corporate fraud prevention. Amy runs our day-to-day operations. We have offices in 3 cities. During a break in the hearing, a young woman approaches me. Ms. Martinez? I'm Sarah Kim, journalism student at Georgetown. I'm writing about your case for my thesis. What's your thesis about? How ordinary people can fight back against corruption. How one person's courage can change everything. I think about that scared woman who got fired 5 years ago, who packed her life into a cardboard box, who almost gave up. I wasn't courageous, I tell Sarah. I was angry and stubborn and lucky to have good friends. But you didn't give up. No, I didn't give up. That night, I called Detective Rodriguez. She's been promoted twice since Derek's case. Now she runs the white-collar crime division. Jessica, how's the consulting business? Booming, thanks to criminals like Derek Hoffman. Speaking of Derek, you might be interested to know he's getting out next month. Good behavior. My stomach tightens. How do you feel about that? Mixed. Prison changed him. He got his GED, started a program teaching financial literacy to other inmates. His counselor thinks he's genuinely reformed. Do you believe that? I believe people can change. I also believe in staying vigilant. After we hang up, I sit in my office thinking about Derek, about second chances, about forgiveness. I don't know if I'll ever forgive him for what he tried to do to me, but I hope he's really changed. I hope he uses his second chance to help people instead of hurt them, because that's what second chances are for. The next morning, I get an unexpected visitor. Frank, the security guard from Pinnacle Industries. Ms. Martinez, I hoped I'd find you here. Frank, how are you? Good, real good. I wanted to thank you. Thank me? After Derek got arrested, Pinnacle hired your company to audit their security procedures. Your recommendations got me promoted to head of security. Better pay, better benefits. My daughter can go to college now. I smile. You deserve it, Frank. You were always one of the good ones. So were you. That's why I'm here. Frank hands me an envelope. This came to Pinnacle addressed to you, forwarded from the federal prison. My hands shake as I open it. Inside is a handwritten letter. Dear Jessica Martinez, I know you have no reason to read this letter, no reason to care what I have to say, but I'm writing anyway because I owe you the truth. You were right about everything. I was a thief, a coward, a man who chose the easy wrong over the difficult right. I told myself I was a victim, that circumstances forced my hand, that good people like you couldn't understand real pressure. I was lying. To you, to everyone, but mostly to myself. The truth is, I had choices. I could have asked for help, could have declared bankruptcy, could have faced my problems honestly. Instead, I chose to steal. Worse, I chose to destroy an innocent person to cover my crimes. That choice haunts me every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I'm just asking you to know that your courage changed me. Watching you fight for truth when everyone else wanted easy answers showed me what real strength looks like. I'll never be the person you are, but maybe I can be better than the person I was. Thank you for stopping me. Thank you for saving other people from my crimes. Thank you for proving that sometimes good wins. I hope your business continues to thrive. The world needs more people like you. Sincerely, Derek Hoffman. I read the letter twice. Then I fold it carefully and put it in my desk drawer. Amy knocks on my door. Ready for the staff meeting? Almost. Amy, do you believe people can really change? She thinks about it. I believe they can try. Whether they succeed depends on how hard they work at it. That's a good answer. We walk into the conference room where 12 investigators wait to discuss our newest cases. 12 people dedicated to fighting fraud and protecting honest businesses. As I look around the table, I think about the journey that brought us here. A journey that started with a corrupt boss and a cardboard box. Sometimes the worst thing that happens to you becomes the best thing that ever happened to you. Sometimes getting fired is really getting freed. Sometimes losing everything is how you find out what you're really worth. Derek Hoffman thought he was destroying my life when he fired me 5 years ago. Instead, he gave me the push I needed to build something better. Something that matters. Something that lasts. "All right, everyone," I say to my team. "Let's get to work. We have criminals to catch." And that's exactly what we do.